Morning, everybody. Wanted to give you guys a quick update on how the greenhouse is doing, and we'll get to that in a little bit here. But it is absolutely official. All of our wood stands are now empty. Not by my choosing, but they're all bone dry and haven't been any bundles of wood there in, at least 2, maybe 3 days. At least I think all of them. I know all the important ones over on Route 302 are, so I think we're going to be able to cure that today. But the greenhouse seems like it's doing good, but we'll go over and check that out. But I wanted to show you something else that I've been kind of working on as I'm splitting wood. As you saw from the opening clip, I've been splitting some wood. That hopper is making life a lot easier, so I can produce a lot more wood quicker. I think there's got to be close to 3 cord of bundle wood over there, all stacked up on pallets, but that is the wetter stuff. Now, it's hard to explain, but a pine round, when you're splitting it, the outside is all sappy and wet, because that's where the water goes up through the cambium layer. I know, fancy words. It goes up the outside of the tree. But in the center, there's no water and stuff going up down. It's just standing wood. And when you're splitting pine, you find that middle pieces like this that are bone dry. I'm sending the wet stuff into the dump trailer and we're stacking that on the pallets. The dry stuff, I'm kicking back over here. The split is right behind you guys. And then I'm stacking it up kind of Jenga style here to really get the airflow. I know it would probably dry better in a big heaping pile. I disagree, but I think this is going to dry wood rather quickly. The greenhouse probably would do a better job if I stacked it like this in a greenhouse, but this had to be done as I'm splitting. So I've got quite a few of these piles here and on the other side of the stacking trailer, and they're dry. I mean, that's nice dry stuff. It's just taking the time to pick each piece out as it's, you notice it as you're splitting it and it's dry. It's taken, well, about 3 cord of bundle wood and 1.5 cord of uglies to get maybe 60 or 70 bundles of this nice dry stuff. But we're going to bundle it, and then we're going to go over and we're going to check on how the greenhouse is doing and see if we can bundle any of that yet. I'm guessing the 2 pallets on the end were similar to this type of wood that we put in, so that ought to be just fine. That'll give us 150 bundles there. There's probably 60 or so here. It's more than a pickup load. We'll be able to go out and at least get our busy stand loaded up. What else have I got here? Oh, we're going to Boonville. So you might not get a video this Friday because we're going to leave early Friday morning, drive 6-7 hours to Boonville, probably spend the night, hang around at the show on Saturday till 2, and then probably head back home because we just can't be away from the woodyard, you guys. We're too far behind, and honestly, I really didn't even have time to go down there, but it's a show. We got to go to a show, right, guys? All right, so, oh yeah, and before my camera girl got here, you might have seen the opening clip. There's 4 logs over there. There's a couple sticks of oak and a couple sticks of birch. One of the tree companies dropped that off for me this morning, so I got to get that moved out of the way. And then I'll probably get back to splitting, and she is going to go on to bundling. So, all right, bear with us, and we'll get things rolling here this morning, and we'll see how the stuff in the greenhouse looks. All right, so on this end of the greenhouse was the 2 pallets that had the drier stuff. And I can just tell, I mean, you can, I don't know, I mean, it's got that right noise, and I can tell that that stuff's good. I mean, I guess I brought the little meter thingamajobber here to, I don't remember how to use this thing. Let's see. Yeah, that's reading what, 18? I don't know, I can show it to him, I guess. I think that's just fine. Anything lower than that, because it's pine, you don't want it any lower than that. Honestly, between 16 and 24 is about where I'd want pine. It just burns so fast, you guys. When they have a campfire, if I made this at 10%, they'd burn a bundle in less than 5 minutes, and that's not what they want. They want that snap, crackle, pop. So I'd say this pallet's good. I haven't, I just peeled it up to check it, but it's definitely working. The inside, well, I should just tell them too. What I've been doing is, because during the day the humidity goes down, and at nighttime the humidity goes, yeah, water going everywhere. The humidity goes up. So when I leave for the day at 8 o'clock at night, I shut the fan off that's pulling air through here. There's no point in pulling all that humidity through here. And we did just get here. And as you can see, without it running all night, I don't know if the camera will show it, but the inside of that plastic is wet, which tells me it's actually working. So I checked it like this yesterday, and it only took probably an hour of running the fan, and all that water dissipates and goes out the other end. So actually, we're gonna have to uncover this whole thing, because I can't take this pallet out, and that's fine too. Well, that isn't a real good, but see if we can find a couple pieces here. That's got the noise we're looking for. But I got this great big log going down through, sitting on top of it. So yeah, I guess we gotta uncover the whole pile here, and that'll give us the ability to check down on the other end too and see how that's doing, because that log's got to get lifted out with the tractor before we can go and bundle this, because this is good to go, and I would say this pallet is too. I mean, I haven't checked the stuff down below, but I'm sure it's good. So we're going to get things uncovered here, and we'll be right back at you.
I'm not, but it's not right. You're going to have to walk back and get it off of the board. That's good. Now let's walk back to that board. Let's do it one more time.
All right, so about as I expected, you guys. These first two pallets, nice and dry. That's where the air is coming in though. As we go down through the third pallet, I mean, well, I can just tell, not as dry. Still needs more time. Jump down another pallet. This is pretty close to that pallet, but a little wetter. Yeah, definitely still pretty heavy down on this end. And oh yeah, that's still, well, that one ain't bad, but it's pretty thin. But yeah, because the air is coming in that end and it's pulling all the moisture down through to the fan that's behind this pallet, I think what it's doing is it's pulling the moisture down through, and it all has to go through. As it comes down, it's going through more and more wood, and this stuff down here is still wet. So obviously where the intake is, it's going to dry quicker on that end, and this is just going to take longer down here, which is about what I expected, I guess. I mean, a different design greenhouse, something with a nice great big peaked roof and lots of air around and airflow, fans turning the air around. I know we've had a lot of comments about getting the air to move around. It just wasn't going to work with this setup. I mean, I ran an extension cord way out here just to get one fan going, so there wasn't a whole lot of options to make this really work good. But it's as close to a greenhouse as I could make and do it quick and cheap. It's given me the thought process that maybe I need to build a wood framed greenhouse that I could basically drive into and set a pallet and then another pallet. Set over 7 feet, a pallet, then another pallet. Have the side of the greenhouse so I could roll the side up to, about that high. Then the tractor will just come in and set 2 pallets. I think that would work. I don't have time to build a greenhouse right now. I'm too busy chasing my tail. But I bet you, I'm thinking a greenhouse is going to be in the plans. It's just going to take time to saw out everything and build it. So, but for now, I still got to chase my tail to make this happen and keep stands full. But we're going to start bundling. Like she's gonna bundle, and I'm gonna go back to splitting. So let's get some stuff moved around and start making things happen.
All right, well, you know what I'm going to be doing? Bagging all day. All day. But that was easy. Here it is.
Yeah.
I'm in the shade.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
we got to be inside. You got to be in here because of the compressor and power to run the nailing thing here, and it makes the bags with the hog rings, and you're in the shade, and you can have a radio. But can you imagine? They're probably going to give me crap for this. Can you imagine if we took all our wood and it came off the conveyor, and I guess we put it in a dump trailer, and if we had the room, we dumped it in piles out in the field to dry.
Oh my God, no. That doesn't work for us at all.
Because right now, we'd still be out there hand throwing wood into a dump trailer and then have to bring the dump trailer in here and dump it on the ground.
There would be no way, I can tell you that. I would not do that. Nope.
Having it stacked on pallets as we split it saves us that whole handling wood. I mean, because we're just taking it out of a trailer and stacking it. That's way better than picking it off the ground, chucking it into a pile,
moving it to where we need it.
Then taking it from a pile, chucking it into a dump trailer again, and then bringing it here, and then you'd be bending down to pick up a piece.
Yeah, I don't like
to
that.
put in the bagger. This is pretty easy. Look at that. Just I don't even have to stand next to it. I can just shoot them.
It really is. I mean, with everything on the pallet, and depending on where it's going, I mean, if we're bringing it in here in a bundle or if we're dumping it in the trailer to deliver it, we don't want to handle every piece of that every time we've got to do something with the wood. So and this works for us.
Even with a greenhouse, we were able to do that because I can just pick up a pallet and go set it someplace and build something over it. You're not going to do that with piles. And pine molds in a pile anyway.
So fast.
I know it's hard to explain. It's fact. I know it. Hardwood's fine. Hardwood's fine.
Yeah.
Pile your hardwoods. I don't want to get them too many comments. Get alive. They give us crap every time we pile wood. Jeez. Stack wood, yeah. Yeah.
But it's what works for us, and like everything, it's different process for everybody has their way of doing things, and what works for you is what you're going to do regardless. So
we move wood around so much that it's getting moved from one place to the other because we don't have a lot of land here to work with.
No.
So we couldn't pile wood anyway because we don't have the land.
Right.
Not for the amount of wood that we're doing, but anyway.
All right.
Stop bagging, girl.
I'm gonna
go out in the sun.
You have a roof.
Yeah.
Cry me a river. Go split wood.
I'll probably turn the fan on while I'm there too, splitting.
Probably.
Because I'm not going to be hot. Would you like a fan, dear?
No, I'm all set. It's pretty cool in here.
You sure?
It's not,
all right.
It's not
There's a fan over there.
Overly hot today.
There's a fan and
I'm good.
you could rig up
I've done this before, once or twice.
You've seen it done in a video?
Yeah. All right, we're going to get to it.
Let's go out, get something done.
Well, so far I've got 70 bundles out of that first pallet. We typically get 75, but I saved, this is the stuff that's really just too wet to bundle. Phil's going to get those stacks out by the splitter into a bucket and out here, just dump them on the ground so I can bundle those, the piles we've got out there stacked like a Jenga puzzle. We'll go get that done. All right, I got through all the stuff on the ground, up to 130 bundles. Phil's bringing another pallet in so we can finish loading the truck. Well, finish bundling and then loading the truck.
Well, it looks like you made out all right.
Yeah, I got 160 bundles done.
Nice. A lot of picking through, though. I
Yeah,
can
a
see
lot of
that.
picking through. Some of it just was not dry enough for bundles, so that's taken it a lot longer. But
Yeah.
we gotta go hit the stands with these. At least we have this many.
Yeah.
What have you been doing out there?
I got, I got another pallet of bundle grade split and stacked. Probably another, which is a half a cord, and there's probably another half a cord that I split in uglies and chunks.
Yeah.
And the dry center pieces, I Jenga piled them up again.
Those were nice and dry. That
Yeah?
you dumped down here, yeah, those were perfect.
Okay, so that's working
That's
good then.
definitely working. Those were dry. I didn't even have to gauge them. I just scooped them and bagged them. So
Problem is, I'm only getting 20 bundles worth out of a cord of wood. So
it's a slow, painstaking process.
we're gonna have to keep doing that. I just gotta
We have
keep
to.
pounding the wood to get those 20 bundles until the rest of the stuff finally catches up.
Yeah,
And then we're gonna be on Easy Street because we'll have 15
a bunch
cord
of dry
piled up
wood.
here. So
yeah.
that stuff will be done
Oh,
drying.
honey, we're never on Easy Street. What's your what? Please
I'll
don't
come
drink
up with
us.
something else. Oh, jeez. And we got to put the hustle on because
But
going to Boonville, we're going to be gone for, well, it'll cost us 3 days, even though we're down there for 2. So,
yeah. But yeah,
this is at least enough to.
I mean, as far as the greenhouse goes, today was only day 6 on that. So
It was.
I mean, it definitely helped.
It was.
But it wasn't enough time. But we just don't have time.
But even the wet pallets, that greenhouse, it dried out the top 1 or 2 sticks.
yeah.
All the way across all the wet stuff because I went out and arm loaded stuff back here for you.
Yeah, just
and that was
off-
crispy dry.
Just off the tops of the pallets, but yeah, if it had a couple weeks to do that, it would probably be great. But we don't have a couple
a
weeks.
fan
so.
inside moving the air around would be great.
Yeah.
It's just this is a temporary thing,
Yeah.
so we really couldn't pull that off. But maybe building a greenhouse somehow small.
Sometime in the
Yeah,
future.
I know. I'll add
This
that
is basically what we're going to be
to the
doing.
list. We just got to keep busting pine to
Picking through wood and bagging it, and
Gotta get
you'll
out of
be
the-
splitting more.
get out of the mess I created. So, oh well.
So anyway,
All right, anybody that's going to Boonville, give us a shout down below and let us know you're going, and we'll go look you up. So,
how are we going to look them up if we don't know what they look like? Unless we know who they are.
well, I don't know. It just sounded good. Look
us up.
Yeah, there we go. They know what we look like, but we don't know what they look like.
Yeah, we'll be the
so
ones walking around looking lost.
We'll be where all the action is.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All
All
right,
right.
we've got to get to the stands because
All
they're
right.
empty.
We'll catch them on the next one.
We
and
will.
Bye and see you at Boonville and I
Take
don't know.
care.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, guys.